Good morning. Today I am here with my 31 and 32 week pregnancy update. So this is probably going to be one of my shortest update videos as I have just been falling behind and I am headed over to the coast today. So hopefully I can get some vlogging done while we're out there. But anyways, I just wanted to update you guys really quick on my 31st and 32nd weeks of pregnancy. I'm actually going to be hitting Today is my 33rd week of pregnancy, so I've fallen pretty far behind. If you'd like to see my update for my 31 and 32 weeks, go ahead and keep watching. So I haven't really had too many crazy things happen the past 2 weeks. I do have some notes right here in my notebook that I wanted to share with you guys. So this week the baby is gaining a lot of weight, or the next couple of weeks they're going to be gaining about a half pound to a pound a week, so you can definitely notice the weight gain going on in the belly area. Apparently now your baby's irises can actually dilate, so they're actually responding to the sunlight when it's up and when it's down, so your baby's probably producing stuff like serotonin and melatonin to help him or her wake up and sleep. And as you start getting closer to the end of pregnancy, your breasts are going to start getting larger and producing more colostrum, so something that you may need to start considering as of now is purchasing new bras and breast pads. Nursing pads, I guess, not breast pads. I don't know what a breast pad would be. You may also start experiencing contractions. They're probably most likely Braxton Hicks, but you can usually tell the difference by the intensity and the timing. Braxton Hicks are usually pretty random, whereas normal contractions are pretty spot on to a set amount of time. So if you start feeling some sort of tightness in your belly or a couple of like pains down in your pelvis area, it's probably Braxton Hicks. It's nothing to be too worried about, but if they do intensify and keep continuing, I would recommend probably seeing a doctor. So now I'm just gonna jump into my symptoms for my 31st week of pregnancy. So one thing that I noticed for sure during my 31st week is that my breasts have started producing more colostrum. Randy and I were laying in bed one night and all of a sudden I just felt wet on my chest and I couldn't figure out why. Well, I looked down and my breast was leaking all over me, which was something I have never experienced, so I kind of freaked out. I started crying and feeling unprepared for everything that's starting to come along, you know, just having that happen is kind of like a realization of like, oh my god, this is getting so close and it is so real now. As well as the production of colostrum, I have personally started feeling more contractions. My belly has been getting tight. I have been getting pelvic pains. It's nothing too major. Sometimes it does get to the point where I'm not debilitated, but in some severe discomfort. So I've just been trying to drink a lot of water, trying to keep myself hydrated, because I've heard that hydration can have a lot to do with your Braxton Hicks contractions if you're not drinking enough. Another weird thing that happened to me during my 31st, I believe it was in my 31st week, it may have been in my 32nd week of pregnancy, is blacking out. I was cooking, Randy was cooking, and I was kind of trying to help him. Well, I ended up getting so dizzy, everything started tunneling, my hearing was gone, I couldn't really respond to anything. I'm not sure if it was due to the pregnancy or possibly a panic attack. I had nothing that I was worried about, so I don't personally think it was a panic attack, but apparently when you are this far along, your blood starts to pool in your legs pretty rapidly, so if you're not taking the time to rest and sit down and put your legs up, you may notice a lot more chances of like faintness, blacking out, passing out, stuff like that. So just make sure you try to get your rest, try to sit down, put your legs up, relax, you shouldn't be working too hard. Another thing I did start noticing during my 31st week of pregnancy is sciatic nerve pain, and if you haven't experienced this yet, basically what it is when the baby starts to get this big, Zephyr, he's actually head down, so his head is right down in my pelvis area. Well, it's pushing on your sciatic nerve, which is right at the base of your spine, and what it kind of does is it gives you either tingling in your legs, numbness, or shooting pains. And I have been so lucky to experience the shooting pains throughout my right thigh. It doesn't go all the way down to my feet, but it does shoot through the inner right thigh. and it can be extremely uncomfortable, and I personally don't know what to do for that. What I do is I've been doing some stretches where I sit on all fours and I stretch my back in, and then I tilt my pelvis back inwards. I think it's called a pelvic tilt. You can go ahead and look it up on YouTube. I might make a video one of these days about it. But yeah, sciatic nerve pain, it's definitely uncomfortable, but it is normal. As well as all of those symptoms, another symptom I have experienced during the 31st week is complete exhaustion. I went down traveling to visit my family. That was for my 30th week of pregnancy. Well, now I am 33 almost, but 31 weeks when I was experiencing this. I was so tired. I slept nearly all day, every day for like 3 days. I just laid in bed. I felt so sick. I don't know if it was because I was traveling or if it was just due to my body working on a growth spurt for this baby. So that is something else that I experienced. Those are basically all of my symptoms for my 31st week of pregnancy, so now I'm just going to quickly jump into my 32nd week of pregnancy. So during the 32nd week of pregnancy, actually the very first day of my 32nd week, Randy and I decided to take some birthing classes. So we went over to our hospital that we're delivering at, and we actually got to take childbirthing classes where they kind of coach you into their procedures for their delivery and all of that jazz. So it was really awesome to actually get to see firsthand what kind of room I'll be delivering in, kind of their procedures and how they do things at that hospital. I got to learn all about actual childbirth, epidurals, the different kinds of pain medications you can take. So that was actually something that was really enjoyable for the both of us. Randy didn't think he was gonna like it, but as we were leaving, he said that it was actually really fun and a really nice bonding experience for the two of us. Another thing that kind of followed me from my 31st into my 32nd week of pregnancy is sciatic nerve pain. It is just too real. Like I said, if you watched the beginning part of this video, I have been experiencing shooting pains through my right leg, through the inner thigh area, and it is extremely uncomfortable. But it is a normal part of pregnancy, so I don't think there's too much you can do other than pelvic tilts to deal with that. Another thing, being summer here in California, in the valley where I live, it is so hot and humid, and it is really taking a toll on me physically. Our air conditioning in the house that we're in currently is pretty shitty. It works, but when we run it, it costs like a frickin' fortune. So we've just been trying to use fans and a small window unit for air conditioning, but it is not really doing it. So Randy and I are actually going to take off over to the coast today and go spend some time in the cool weather. Another thing is, I mentioned my 31st week, I was extremely tired and I was just basically in bed all day. Well, now 32 weeks, I have the most difficult time sleeping. I literally have not been able to sleep. It has been horrendous. The past 2 nights were better. I was able to get a little bit of sleep, but throughout pretty much Sunday through Thursday, I was just tossing and turning constantly throughout the night. My back was killing me, my legs were killing me, my stomach was killing me, my neck, everything. I felt like I was in so much pain, and normally I don't resort to taking Tylenol, but I did. For 2 of those nights I took Tylenol, and actually after those 2 nights that I took the Tylenol, they didn't help me sleep those nights, but now I've been sleeping a little bit better, so I'm hoping that maybe that's what helped. I don't know. Along with those symptoms, I actually got to go visit my doctor for my 32-week checkup, and everything is going great. Zephyr is in head down position, so he is getting ready to make his appearance into the world. It's definitely a scary but great feeling to know that he's head down and getting ready. At first I was really nervous that he was in a breech position just because of the areas that I was feeling him in, but the doctor did do an ultrasound and he went ahead and solidified the fact that Zephyr is head down. And now that I just got done with my 32-week appointment, which my appointments have been about every month for the past couple of months. Now I'm going to be seeing my doctor every 2 weeks. So I believe my next appointment is July 7th. So about a week and a half away from today. And I believe, I'm not exactly sure, but I think that's when they're going to start doing my cervical checks to check for dilation and all of that stuff. So, oh my god, it is just getting so real. So real. Anyways, that's basically all I can think of for this 31 and 32 week update. I just hit my 33 week mark, so I should be having another video coming up here fairly soon. But I hope you guys enjoyed this update. If you did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I don't know which way the subscribe button is, but it's somewhere down there. Also, I will link my personal channel below, as well as my social media links if you want to follow me. I'm not trying to force you to, because we all know I'm not that cool. But yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching. Oh, before I forget, because the last time I totally forgot until after I was already editing, let me show you guys my bump. So here is the bump. You can actually see my little belly button. Don't mind the stains on my shirt. I'm starting to get more round on the sides, so he's definitely growing. And if I turn to the side, you can see how big he's actually starting to get. And there he is, little baby Zephyr. He's so cute, so cute. Again, thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I hope to see you guys soon. Bye!